In a shocking turn of events, the Trump administration is reportedly considering the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia to Uganda, a move that has sparked controversy and raised eyebrows among legal experts and human rights advocates alike. According to a recent notice sent by a Department of Homeland Security DHS official to Garcia's legal team, the administration may initiate deportation proceedings within 72 hours, excluding weekends. This comes just minutes after Garcia was released from criminal custody, pending his trial on federal charges related to human smuggling in Tennessee. Garcia's lawyers argue that the timing of the notice seems suspiciously strategic, suggesting that the government may be attempting to coerce Garcia into accepting a plea deal in his ongoing case. The administration has previously hinted at the possibility of deporting Garcia to a third country, despite his unlawful deportation to El Salvador earlier this year and subsequent return to the U.S. in June to face charges. Until now, it was unclear whether they would wait for the conclusion of his trial before taking any action. Simon Sandoval Moshenberg, one of Garcia's attorneys, claims that sending the Salvadoran national to Uganda is a form of retaliation by the government. He argues that there are other, more reasonable options available, such as Costa Rica, where Garcia's family could visit him more easily. Instead, the government appears intent on sending him to a country with a documented history of human rights abuses, where he doesn't even speak the language. This, Sandoval Moshenberg contends, is not justice, but rather a punitive measure designed to punish Garcia for exercising his constitutional rights. Under a recent ruling by U.S. District Judge Paula Sinas, the administration is required to provide Garcia and his legal team with at least 72 business hours notice before any deportation to a third country. This gives Garcia time to raise concerns about potential torture or persecution in the destination country. In light of this, Garcia's legal team filed a motion with the federal judge overseeing his criminal case, stating that the government had attempted to strike a deal with him earlier in the week. The proposed deal involved Garcia pleading guilty to the 2 federal charges against him and, upon completion of any court-imposed sentence, being deported to Costa Rica, where he would be granted refugee status or some form of legal residency. However, the offer was contingent on Garcia's acceptance by Monday morning, with the possibility of it being withdrawn permanently if he declined. Garcia's legal team argues that these developments further support their argument that the government is attempting to punish Garcia for challenging his wrongful deportation earlier this year. They urge the judge, Waverly Crenshaw, to dismiss the case on the grounds of vindictive and selective prosecution. The legal team asserts that the actions of the DOJ, DHS, and ICE demonstrate a clear effort to force Garcia into making a choice between pleading guilty and facing relative safety in Costa Rica or being rendered to Uganda, where his safety and liberty would be under threat. They contend that this case serves as a stark example of government vindictiveness and should be dismissed as a result.